Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture of Industrial Engineering. Today we'll be discussing some topics from Module 6. The first topic we'll be discussing today is quality control, and then we'll be discussing regarding the methods used for inspection, and then we'll be discussing something about the testing methods. Okay, so the material testing methods, inspection and quality control will be the topics we'll be discussing in today's lecture. The first topic is quality control. Now, what is quality control? Now, quality is defined as the fitness for purpose. So, a quality product will give customer satisfaction. So, when you deliver the customer with a quality product, what will you get in return? You will get in return the customer satisfaction, and then what? You will get more orders. So the quality product will improve company's profit. So when you get the customer satisfaction and when you get too much of orders, what are you earning? You are earning profit. Now, quality of a device is the degree of conformance to applicable specification and workmanship standards. So you are making sure that the specifications as well as the standards are very thoroughly followed, and you get the right product with right amount of quality. So you are confirming that. Now, quality is achieved through good quality control program. So, quality is achieved through a good quality control program. So, quality control involves ensuring quality. It is not just inspecting the quality, you are fully controlling it. So, you have a control over the production process. So, later on, you will be identifying the differences between inspection and quality control. Now, what are the factors which are affecting quality? Let's see what are the factors which is affecting quality. The first factor affecting quality is the markets. So, how does the markets affect the quality? So, sale of product depends among the other things upon the type of customers and prices they are willing to pay. Suppose if the product is very highly priced, then there is a chance that the product is not going to sell in an efficient way. So you will have to have an exact idea about the type of customers you will be dealing with, and also the prices they are willing to pay. Now the next thing you will have to consider, the factor which affect quality is the men. So you will require men with perfect knowledge as well as skills to bring out a quality product. Now, money. So, money is another important factor which is affecting the quality. Now, quality costs money, right? Therefore, the cost of achieving quality and maintaining it should be estimated before the product goes into manufacture. So, that is another factor. Now, management. So, how does management affect the quality? Now, who sets the company's quality policy? The management sets the company's quality policy, and also they provide the men, materials, and money to implement this policy. So, a good management is a good factor uh, for having good quality. Now, materials. So this is another factor which affects the quality. So the choice of materials has a very great impact on the quality of product. So you will have to choose the materials wisely. Now, machines. So this is another factor which affect quality. You will have to choose the machines very wisely in order to get good quality, and also standard methods should be followed that the product has greater efficiency, as well as it requires very less time. So these are some of the factors which are affecting the quality of a product, and you will have to ensure that this quality is controlled all over the production process. So what do you call that thing? So ensuring quality is like controlling quality, right? So you call it as quality control. Now what is quality control? Quality control is you are controlling, or you are ensuring that the quality is being the product is made in a good quality. Now, what are the objectives of quality control? The first objective is to ensure production on non-defective parts. So, you are ensuring that the products which you get is not defective, or you ensuring that you get non-defective parts. Now, the second objective is to improve the company's profit. So this is the most important thing. You are improving the company's profit by making the product more acceptable. So if you have non-defective parts, then your product will be more acceptable, and thereby your company will get more profit. Now, the third objective is to reduce company's cost through reduction of losses due to defects. So if there are no defects, then you can reduce the company's losses. So this is another objective of using quality control. Now the fourth objective is to develop optimum quality at low price. Okay, so if you can produce something at low price with optimum quality, then what can be improved? The profit can be improved, or the loss can be reduced. So these are some of the objectives of quality control. Now we'll see the functions of quality control. The first function of quality control, so you will have to achieve all this, right? You will have to maximize the product, you will have to minimize the losses, and also you will have to develop an optimum quality product at a very low price. So for that, what will you do? Now the functions of quality control. So these are what the quality control people will be doing. So the formulation or modification of quality control policies. So the quality control people will be formulating, or if there is any change in the quality policy, then that will be done by the quality control people. Now setting up inspection standards and setting up inspection points. Now they set what has to be inspected and when it has to be inspected. So there are certain inspection points, as well as there are certain ways of inspecting, right? So this thing is set by the quality control, or that is another function of quality control. Now selection of inspection gauges and instruments. So they will be deciding what kind of instrument or what kind of gauges you will be using to ensure quality. Now to decide whether to go for 100% inspection or sampling inspection. So whether the samples will be inspected fully, or if you will just take some samples for inspection. Taking and inspecting the samples being manufactured is another function of quality control. Now, working on finding and eliminating the causes of quality control trouble. So, these are some of the functions of quality control. Now, there are the steps involved in quality control program. Formulate the quality policy and set the standards, select an inspection plan, set the procedure for checking, and then you detect deviations from the set standards and take corrective action. So there are 3 steps in general. The first one is formulate the quality policy, and then you select an inspection plan, or when it is going to be inspected, and then you detect the deviations from the set standards. So you detect all the errors. So these are the steps involved in quality control. So we studied regarding the objective. What were the objective? To ensure the production of non-defective parts, thereby increasing the profit, reducing the losses, and to develop optimum quality at low price. Now, then we studied the functions of quality control, and then we studied the steps in quality control program, that is formulating the quality policy, selection of a proper inspection plan, and then the detection of errors. Now, what is inspection? Inspection is the process of checking the acceptability of product. So you're just only checking. So you're just checking the acceptability of the product, whether it is having the required quality. So that checking solely is meant by inspection. Now, inspection separates defective ones from the non-defective items. So after checking, you just separate the defective ones from the non-defective items. Now, inspection locates the defects in the item and also the cause of defect. So you just locate and you identify the cause. So locating and identifying the cause is the aim of inspection, right? Now you see the types of inspection which you will be using. So the first type is known as the floor inspection. Now in this kind of inspection, what you do is the inspection is performed at the place of production itself. So as soon as the product is made, you do the inspection along with the manufacturing. So during the process or during the production time at the machine, you do this kind of inspection. So there will be inspection engineers, or maybe they are called as patrolling inspectors, to find out whether your product has a defect. Now, centralized inspection is carried out in a central place. Okay, so you will have a central place. So I can call it as an inspection floor in general, and all your products is brought into this inspection floor, and they identify the defects. So centralized inspection need not happen in a single place. You can have two or more places to do the inspection and all. So that is meant by centralized inspection. So all the product will have to come into the centralized inspection, so that we ensure the quality. Now, functional inspection. Functional inspection only checks the main function of the product. You just inspect the main function the product is expected to perform. So you're just ensuring whether the product perform its function properly. So for example, you can just consider the an electric motor. So if you just checking whether the specified speed is achieved and also the load characteristics only, then that kind of inspection is known as functional inspection. Now let's see the difference between inspection and quality control. So inspection is one of the function of quality control, right? So we saw the functions already. So inspection was one among the function of quality control, whereas quality control includes quality maintenance. So you need to make sure that the quality the products are made with a required level of quality. So you will have to maintain the quality in quality control, whereas in inspection, do you do that? You don't have to maintain it. Okay, so that is just a function of quality control. So the next point is it finds out whether the products are acceptable or not. So it just finds out. Okay, whereas quality control is aimed at production of quality products. So the production of quality products is the main aim of quality control. Now, it is concerned with the detection of defects. So only the detection of defects it is concerned with, whereas in quality control you are concerned with the prevention of defects. So after detecting, you make sure that after detecting the defects, you make sure that this defect is not going to happen anymore. Now it does not deal with any corrective actions, so there is no corrective actions here, whereas um, this will have prevention of defects by doing proper corrective actions. Now does not control the production process. Inspection does not control the production process, whereas quality control can control the production process. So that is the major difference between inspection and quality control. Now inspection is in general, inspection just involves the detection of errors, whereas quality control just does not involve detection of errors. It also involves detection of errors, whereas those detected errors has to be sorted out in a perfect manner in this particular kind of quality control. So inspection is also a function of quality control. So that is the major difference between inspection and quality control. Now what are the methods which you used for inspection? So the first method is like called 100% inspection. In 100% inspection, what you do is you inspect every part. Every product which you will manufacture will be inspected. So that is really very time consuming, and it will also require more number of inspectors, and hence this kind of inspection method is going to be very costly. So we developed this kind of inspection so that it is requiring less time as well as less cost. So that kind of inspection method is called as sampling inspection. Now in sampling inspection, what you do is you select a sample from a very huge lot. You just select a sample, and the sampling inspection is done. So you are determining whether a batch or a lot of population should be accepted or rejected. So that is what you are doing. So you just selecting a batch, and then you are coming into a conclusion that this batch is going to have some kind of problem. So you are just analyzing the samples, right? So that is meant by sampling inspection, unlike 100% inspection where you will be inspecting every quantities. So you are not analyzing every quantities in sampling inspection. You are just selecting a particular sample and then you are doing the inspection. So that is meant by sampling inspection. Now we will be seeing the kinds of sampling methods used. The first kind is known as random sampling method. In this kind of sampling method, you are just choosing a random member from a whole lot of products. So you are having a huge amount of product, but you are just choosing a random sample from that. So that kind of sampling method is called as random sampling. So every member has equal probability of getting chosen. Now the second kind of sampling is known as stratified sampling. Okay, so in the stratified sampling, what you do is you create certain groups from a given lot based on their characteristics. So you can create groups. For example, you can divide an area based on its direction, right? So you can divide the group into north, you can divide it into south, east and west. So after dividing or after creating what is meant by a strata, what do you do is a random sample from each strata is selected. So you take random samples from each groups or each stratas and then you do the inspection. So that is meant by stratified sampling. So that is creating a group and taking random samples from each group and then doing inspection. Now cluster sampling. Cluster sampling, like stratified sampling, involves creation of groups again. Okay, so you create groups again in cluster sampling, but the difference lies is that you just choose random clusters, but in stratified sampling you had to choose every group, right? But in cluster you just select a random group and then you take random members from that random group. So every member is not, or every group is not being inspected in cluster sampling. So you form some kind of clusters and then you randomly select one cluster and then you take random sample from that. So that is the difference between cluster sampling and stratified sampling. That is, in stratified sampling, you used to inspect every group, whereas in cluster sampling, you don't inspect every group. So that is the difference between cluster sampling and stratified sampling. Like for example, you can consider taking opinion polls to predict the outcome of an election by picking random polling stations. So that can be considered as an example. Now, systematic sampling. Systematic sampling involves uh, again taking random samples in fixed intervals. So after a particular amount of time, you will be taking first a sample just like that, and after a particular amount of time, then at a systematic time interval, you will take the next sample. So that is systematic sampling. Now, for example, um, taking a sample of student by taking every fifth student from the list of names. So every fifth student, if you take the sample data from every fifth student, then that can be considered as systematic sampling. So these are some among the inspection methods which you use in sampling. Okay. So to conclude today's lecture, what all did we discuss today? We discussed regarding the quality control. We saw what was quality control, the factors affecting the quality of particular material, and then we saw the objectives of quality control, and then we saw the functions of quality control, the steps involved in maintaining quality, or steps involved in quality control program. And then we saw the inspection. What is inspection? Then we saw the types of inspection. We saw the difference between inspection and quality control. And then we saw the two kinds of inspection, that is 100% inspection and sampling inspection. And we saw the types of sampling inspections. So that is the end of today's lecture. Hope the idea is clear. In the coming lectures, we will be seeing some of the material testing methods used. Thank you.